walked into the playoffs, and they were terrible. This is even worse than that. As we welcome you to Eagles Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Here's Barrett Brooks, Ron Jaworski, Jason Avant, and Ruben Frank. This team came up so small, it's hard to articulate, but I'm going to try. With all the garbage that San Francisco threw at them defensively, they couldn't get more than 19 points on the board. They haven't scored 19 points against a good team since the Rams in Week 3. This team defensively was supposed to be their calling card, their hallmark, and they went up and down the field. When the Eagles were up by 3, it felt like they were up by 23. When they were down by 1, it felt like they were down by 21. They could not come up with anything to befuddle San Francisco. All they needed to worry about, Christian McCaffrey tried to stop him. He worked his magic on him. Brock Purdy, they sacked him, one time? Where was the rush? Where was the pass rush? And then the drop balls. Mr. Receiver, I'll let you talk about that. The drop passes, I count 3 by A.J. Brown, 3 drops by A.J. Brown, 1 by Devontae Smith, and all of the errors that the Eagles commit. This is absolutely terrible. It's an embarrassment.
Your comment, we're talking about receivers. We'll let you go first.
I didn't expect the season to end like this. We knew that the Eagles' offense was a problem. We didn't realize that it would be a one-and-done problem, even though we said that multiple times this year. I thought that they were the better team today. And we talk about the receiver play. There was multiple times in this game where guys had a chance to make a big play. A.J. Brown on the first post saw the safety and did not give full commitment to the ball. The next one, just outside of his hands, lost at the line of scrimmage. But with the one with the game on the line, Dallas made up for him, so they were able to get in that situation. Yep. But A.J. Brown, if you're going to have a very, very delicate glove type of persona, and that's the way people have to handle you, you have to show up in those moments, right? So you don't want to take coaching at times. Well, play better. Play like you need to. And I don't think that was about his play, Nick Sirianni getting on A.J. Brown. It was about them getting off the field. Right. That's what that was about. But you want A.J. Brown to shine in those moments. He didn't step up. But it wasn't about just that. No. We didn't have a great game plan at all. That last play was awful on 4th down.
Yeah, but go ahead, Josh.
I don't know exactly what happened, but there was a confrontation between coach and A.J. If you're the coach in charge of this football team, that doesn't happen. This has been going on all season long. There's been something brewing. Is it happening? Is it not happening? You can't have it happening at the biggest moment, the biggest game of the year up till now. Now we don't have any games left. But you can't let that happen. You can't let that trouble cause your team to get arguing on a playoff game on the sideline with a head coach and a player. It sends but we knew this was going on along. So to me, Nick's got to take the bullet. It's a coaching failure. It wasn't under control all season. We're all homers. We want to see this team do well. We saw this coming. We all saw this coming.
Absolutely.
We all saw it coming, but we didn't want to believe it. We didn't want to believe. This team was squeaking by game after game after game, but we didn't want to believe it because we believe in it so bad that they would overcome this.
Yeah,
obviously, it comes up and bites you.
Absolutely. And we've been screaming about, I've been screaming about it for the last 8 weeks. Without discipline, you can't think that you're a champion. This team has been lacking discipline for the last 8 weeks. You can't think that you're going to go out and play a team in the playoffs with 12 games and think you're going to squeak by not having discipline. I mean, the holding penalties were terrible. The pre-snap penalties were even worse than that. And then thinking that, you're coming in as a player that's backing up one of the best tackles to ever play the game. Fred, I need more out of you. Today, you stunk it up, bro. I mean, that's terrible. Come on, man. And it goes all the way down the line. I mean, Saquon is a great back, but he was ineffective because you got pressed back. You didn't reestablish the line of scrimmage, and that's why, we didn't have a running game. Even on backside plays, you got pressed back. Now, I saw poetry in motion sometimes where I saw, Steen and our centers, driving guys off the ball. But then I see the tackle position getting pressed back on the right side. I needed more out of him. You played well for 8 games. This game you didn't.
San Francisco had their JV defense out there.
Right.
They literally had their junior varsity defense out there, and we could put 19 points on the board. That's embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Ruben, when you look at Jalen Hurts, And whether or not he came up small by passer rating 79.2, I'd say he did come up small. When you watch him, watch his receivers, when you watch him try to complete a pass, it's like he throws to the wrong guy. Certainly evidenced by the fact that he threw into triple coverage on the last play of the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure anyone was open. I didn't see anyone open on that last play. I didn't like the play itself, but, I mean, that whole drive, really the whole game, I don't think Jalen was awful. I mean, I think he didn't get a whole lot of help from the people around him. You give him those the 3 AJ passes and a couple others, and the numbers look a lot better. But I'll tell you what, when you look at why this team scored 19 or fewer points in 7 straight games against winning teams, I think you have to look at the coaches. You have to look at Nick. You have to look at Kevin Patullo. You have to look at Scott Loeffler. You have to look at the coaching staff because they're the ones calling the plays. They're the ones putting the people in position to make plays that they're not able to make. And I think there's got to be changes in that position this offseason.
Yeah,
you can't run it back with this coaching staff.
Yeah.
No.
With the game on the line, basically what they ran was all go special and 2 basics. They ran 2 inside basic routes, 10, 12-yard ends into each other. Like, that doesn't make sense, right? Dallas Goedert's going in,
coverage.
and then Devontae's going in, and you got 2 outside go routes. It's like one of these 2 guys win, but that's not how offense is supposed to be. If it's going to be cover 2, you need a high and a low. There was no one low under there in order to hold Eric Kendricks underneath, and therefore you get him to bat the ball, and now Dallas doesn't have an opportunity. That play call was kind of like a microcosm of everything that happened this year, and it was insufficient. It wasn't up to the standard.
It's your biggest play of the year, and that's what you dial up.
Yeah,
It's inexcusable.
Just think about like Buffalo. Buffalo needed a critical play. You get a hook and ladder. You get something creative.
Right.
We just run stuff that don't make sense. The play didn't make sense. Like the concept didn't make sense.
Yeah, look what San Francisco did to McCaffrey when they did the pitch and toss. He was wide open for the touchdown. That was a trick play.
Yeah, but
Sirianni was like, I can't believe they pulled that
Reverse
on me.
pass. Reverse pass.
There was a reverse pass, but the last touchdown that McCaffrey caught was an amazing play call. Basically, he ran a Texas route. That's when you go toward the sideline and you come back in, but he ran it from the opposite side of the field, from the other side of the field. You never see that. First time I ever seen it in my life.
Yeah.
And it was able to be open late, but it was a great play call.
Let's take a look at the walk of shame that the Eagles, Ruben, point blank, you said changes in the coaching staff. Does it go up to him? Is that a possibility?
Won a Super Bowl last year. He's not going anywhere. I mean, been in the playoffs 5 straight years, but I think when you look at the offensive coaching staff, it's pretty clear there have to be changes. I mean, this is what we've seen all year. I mean, what is this offense right now? We're 19 games into it, 19 weeks into it. What are they trying to do out there? I mean, whatever it is, it wasn't working all year, and they didn't make any adjustments. They didn't make any changes.
Well, let me ask you guys at the panel then. I mean, when you talk about this offense not working, that last play was something that Nick was involved with. He was right there. He was there to call the play. They took a timeout. So who do you go to? Who do you blame? I mean, as an offensive coordinator, everybody's going to say KP, but you got the head coach sitting right there. All right, let's
endorsing. He was there, Donning. Yeah,
exactly.
So he had input. Head coach had input. It didn't work. He has to be responsible for some of that blame.
Also, you tell me, Jason, who called? Does Kyle Shanahan call that play in a similar situation? Does Andy Reid call that play?
No.
It's the offensive coordinator?
No chance. You know they're going to be in the zone. Like, so you have a play that's going to be, okay, if they all-out blitz, it's very unlikely because they haven't proven themselves in coverage, right? So you're going to have some type of zone concept where guys could be working back to you, get past the line of scrimmage, work back down at an angle, that type of thing. We used to call it all-go special double search, where you just find a hole in the zone, but you got to work either in or out, but you give the receiver multiple options. But I want to just make this point. Jawan Jennings, Demarcus Robinson, we don't know who those guys are. I know Jawan Jennings. Demarcus Robinson hadn't been serviceable in this league since he was with the Chiefs the first time, right? So with that being said, how do they become more productive than A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith? That pretty much says everything. There is no way in the world that Demarcus Robinson has a better game than A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
291 yards passing.
Amazing.
From that group.
Yeah. Let's go across the street to Lincoln Financial Field.